Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with the end of another great trading week. Hopefully it was a green week for you. Let's talk about Marathon Patent Group again. I found some really good and bullish Bitcoin and crypto news articles in general. And as you know, I've been making a lot of videos on Marathon Patent Group. A lot of people in the Discord server are really bullish, at least in the very least, the short term on crypto and Bitcoin. And if your broker doesn't allow you to trade the actual coins, Marathon Patent Group or Riot Blockchain and other stocks are a way to get into the crypto space without having to trade the actual coins. Like we always do, we're going to talk about the market overall today. We're going to show you how Mara or Marathon Patent Group traded on Robinhood today. I'm going to show you 3 news articles that, again, I think are bullish for the crypto space right now. We'll update our technical analysis to see if we can predict how Mara is going to trade next trading week. And like we always do, I'm going to end the video with the option flow data so you can see what the big money investors were doing with Mara today. Let's get right into it. Overall mixture of green and red on the board, but kind of a flat day, right? Kind of flat, kind of green. A day like this is actually great for Theta Gang plays because you can just let time eat away at the premiums, slowly make you profit. And the stocks that are red really weren't that deep in the red. So just a great Theta day for all you Theta Gang options traders out there. But in general, big tech was kind of flat, right? Microsoft, Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, even Tesla flat. Semis had a little bit of a pullback, but again, mostly flat, not much of a pullback. Let's take a look at Marathon Patent Group here. So Marathon also had a pullback today. We started off looking pretty good. I mean, at the opening bell, we were up 1.4%. We rallied up within the first 10, 15, 20 minutes or so to being up almost 4%, sold it off, rallied back to being up about 2.6, 2.7%, and then we just slowly melted away all day long, pretty much until power hour. Around 3:20 p.m. Eastern time, we were down a little over 3%, almost 3.5%. We clawed back during power hour, but we still, like I said, closed the day down 1.2%, slowly melting up as I make this video, up 0.13% in after hours trading. Depending on how you look at it, it may be a good day today. It may have been a good day if you were to open up some cash secured puts, maybe lock in some juicier premiums, lock in some lower strike prices. I still think, and I'll show you on the technical analysis side in a minute, I'm still bullish short term. We're still trading in the upward parallel channel. On the week though, you're still looking good, almost up 10% on the week. On the month, up over 47%. 3 months up, this is craziness, up almost 800% in just 3 months alone. Let's take a look at the option chain really quickly. So if you want to sell some weekly puts on Mara next Friday, February 12th, at the money, you would collect $175 in premium for putting up $2,250 in collateral. That gives you a return on risk of 7.8%. It's not bad at all. Not the juiciest ticker we've seen. I mean, we've seen Mara about a few weeks ago in the 10 to 15% return on risk range. So it's not as juicy as Mara could be, but compared to some of the other tickers where you'd only get maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 5% if you're lucky, Mara is still one of the juiciest stocks out there right now, so nothing to be ashamed about if you're trading some puts on Mara. Let me show you the news articles that I saw and read today. So this one is out of Yahoo Finance, and this one is probably the most interesting article. This one is titled, Goldman says stay overweight US equities, Bitcoin not an investable asset class in a portfolio. So clearly, Goldman Sachs or Goldman Sucks, whatever you want to call them, looks like they are not a fan of the crypto space, and they're basically saying stick with US stocks. Equities is just another word for stocks. And they put out a report today, and what they're saying is that initially it was thought that the 20th century was that of the United States and that the 21st century belongs to China. They say they took a very strong stand against that and said, no, that is not the case. They are still urging their investors since 2009 to stick with US stocks and not go into emerging markets. It says right here, they published a 116-page note titled US Resilient. They're saying it's very hard to actually imagine that anybody is going to knock the US off its perch anytime in the near future, and that includes China. So right here, they say that US equities have gained 609% or 18% annualized since March of 2009, far outpacing developed markets outside the US and emerging markets equities. US stocks have also outperformed other assets such as treasuries, high yield securities, gold, oil, and alternative assets such as hedge funds and private equity. So they are basically really bullish, really big on just US stocks in general. And we scroll down further, it says right here where we talk about Bitcoin, this is the graph of Bitcoin just to get a recap over how much Bitcoin has soared recently to an all-time high of over 40,000 pretty much. But right now, let's just see what they're saying about Bitcoin and why they're so bearish on it. They're saying that, first of all, even the biggest proponents of Bitcoin have now abandoned the theme that Bitcoin is a medium of exchange. So as a currency, will it be used for trading purposes? And they say the answer is no. And really, they also say who assigns the value to Bitcoin? It says the same way you have had that grouping of people liking a particular stock, hint, hint, wink, wink, and talking about some of these stocks over the last several weeks and driving up the price, does it make a real value if something goes up 27-fold, as we saw, for example, with GameStop, and then back down 80%? And I don't know if I agree with them using GameStop as an example, because they're saying if you think about the amount of money some people made, but also a lot of people lost, in theory, somebody traded GameStop and bought it at $470. And so everybody just piles into an idea and talks it up. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a store of value. So he's kind of equating these Bitcoin surge or the crypto craze right now to the short squeeze or the lack thereof on GameStop, which I don't think is a fair comparison. I think there are two different kind of forces at play here. But anyway, like I said, the long story short of this article is that Goldman Sachs is not bullish at all on Bitcoin. But you're saying, Solo, you said there's some bullish articles. Let me show you this other article. If you saw my prior videos on Mara, you know I noted that India was thinking about banning private crypto. Well, this article just came out today, and it says the Indian exchange launches campaign seeking to avert potential crypto ban. So they're basically petitioning. They have hashtags out saying hashtag India wants Bitcoin. They even have websites, and it says within one day, over 10,000 emails have been sent via indiawantscrypto.net from all parts of the country. It says right here, Indian cryptocurrency exchanges have started a joint initiative to convince its parliament to regulate cryptocurrencies rather than impose an outright ban. So hopefully if they're successful, again, that's only good news for Bitcoin and other cryptos in the space. And lastly, here's this article about Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and how he set up his own Bitcoin node. So Jack Dorsey, he's of Square and Twitter fame, and he set up his own node, which is software that helps validate transactions and blocks on the network. He showed an image of this on Twitter, and he's had hashtag Bitcoin. So obviously good news when Jack Dorsey, a big player in the tech space, is getting involved now. Let's take a look at the TradingView graph to see if we do some updated technical analysis. So as you knew from my prior videos, looks like we're in this upward trending parallel channel. Yes, we had 2 red days in a row, but that still doesn't change anything. I'm just going to extend this arrow further up and to the right because, again, we are still smack dab in the middle of this parallel channel. We're still above this orange line, which is the 21-day moving average. If I zoom in here, thing I like, take a look at this. We closed today pretty much right on this area of trend that I drew around mid $22. And then the intraday high, check this out. We hit resistance at my area of trend about $24, which also lines up pretty much perfectly with the 23.6% Fibonacci level. So I think we basically stuck right between the TA, between this area of support and this area of resistance. I'm hoping that come next trading week, we can go to the upside. And then if we break above $24, hopefully we can use that as support and keep continuing onward up to maybe $26. But like I said, the RSI is a little bit to the overbought side, but I don't think anything to get worried about. The one thing about Mara is take a look at this. Lately, the volume on Mara has been really low. And that kind of goes along with the options premiums because back when 2 to 3 weeks ago is when the juiciest premiums were there, when there was much more volume on Mara. Seems like a little bit of the craze has fizzled out a little bit, but I still think we are on the up and up. So I personally don't have any current positions on Mara, but if I free up some capital maybe in the next week or two, then maybe I'll look into getting into it if the premiums stay juicy. But nothing I say is ever financial advice. These are just my biased opinions. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Let's take a look at the Trading UI option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing today to close out the week. So here's the Trade UI option flow program that I used to get my data. We're looking at Mara here for February 5th. Total of 23 sweeps came in. I've sorted them by dollar value, and take a look at this. Mostly green, way more green than there is red, which means there's mostly call options than the red put option. So that's always, again, a bullish sign. I think goes along with the TA that we're seeing. The most valuable option, or the most valuable order, I should say, was for over $461,000, which was a 19 strike call for next Friday. We have a lot of short-term plays here. February 12th, February 19th. These Fridays expired today. Actually, all of these are either for this Friday, next Friday, or the following Friday. So a lot of these are short-term plays, which makes you think that maybe people aren't bullish on Mara right now, mid to long term. Maybe everyone is in it for the short-term gains right now. I also like to play Mara weekly or every 2 weeks out. But again, if we're bullish, we're bullish. And again, look at these. These are $21 strikes, 20, 50, 19. This one is, we have some very bullish options. 25 strike out of the money calls. There's a few of them. There's one here, couple right here for, a couple $100,000. So a lot of bullish option data that I'm seeing today. Again, I think this all supports it. We got some good news that came out, I think, overall on crypto. The option flow data looks bullish. The TA looks bullish. Again, not financial advice, but it looks like things are looking on the up and up come into the next trading week. Let me know in the comments below if you have any crypto stocks or coins and what your positions are. Make sure, if you're not in there already, join the Discord server. We have new members joining every single day. It's really great to see. Add me on Twitter, StockTwits, Instagram, and Reddit. And most importantly, I hope you had a green trading week, and hope we have another green trading week next week. See you on the moon.